Gabriel Jesus has come here and revealed to us how he plans to end the 20-year Arsenal title drought. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're really watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Guys, we are left with like 10 subscribers to hit 13,000 subscribers. So guys, continue to subscribe to this channel so as to see to it that we really grow huge in numbers. And in this story, Jesus looks like is referring to the situation at Arsenal for having spent 20 years without winning a trophy to the scenario that he was in at a side known as Palmeiras, because he went to Palmeiras had spent 20 years without winning the trophy, and guess who gifted them that happiness? It was Jesus into the mix, and it looked like it was going to be a non-ending happiness down there at a side known as Palmeiras. Then we are discussing a little bit of Aaron Ramsdale, and then we are talking of Erling Haaland. You know, he has scored a brace today, and we need to really address that because I need to update Arsenal on how the situation is like in the Premier League table, because Man City have gone ahead to really win another beautiful game of football. They found themselves in a position of beating Leicester City by 3-1. Then what Jesus had to say about Mikel Arteta as a manager and him coming to Arsenal. Now, let's first talk about the games today. Man City have beaten Leicester City by 3-1. Haaland with a brace and John Stones with the opener. But on a person who is just going to hear the result that the game ended 3-1, he might not know how hard Man City had to go through in the second half, because the first half ended 3-0. Then in the second half, Leicester City pulled one back. After pulling one back, they got two chances. James Maddison was closed down by Ederson, but he would have gone ahead to go for a square to find Iheanacho, and he never failed to score. Then Iheanacho just pressed a ball and it really hit the lower bottom post. So it shows you that they had all chances to level that game of football, for that game to end 3-3. So looked like it was ugly for Leicester City, but Man City got that well-deserved win, and they are preparing to play their second game away in Munich. That is the second round of, or the second leg of the Champions League. Now, Man City have 70 points. They've played now the same number of games with Arsenal, 70-70, and all what we should keep focus on is the goal difference, because at a point X, you might find that Arsenal and City might really level at points, and who is going to be topping the table? Who scores more goals? Arsenal have a goal difference of 43. Man City have a goal difference of 50. So that means City have gone ahead to score seven goals more than Arsenal, meaning that Arsenal, in the game they're going to play against West Ham, that is tomorrow, they need to pull up their socks so that they really close down this goal difference. Because at a point X, you might find yourselves in a situation of really not getting the best that you deserve of the game because of the goal difference. So City have done that today, and I think I've delivered the message well to you, the fans of Arsenal and the viewers of Afro-Gist Television. Now, as City closes in down at Arsenal, 30 games played, all teams left with 8 games to be played, Jesus has gone ahead to really hint about the Arsenal trophy drought and how that moving chance on him, that moving blessing on him that opens up doors for every team that has gone ahead to spend 20 years without winning the trophy. He has also gone ahead and really hinted about it in here. Jesus, on what clicked this season at Arsenal, he said the club already had the idea where they wanted to go when they started to do their work inside the club. I'm not saying myself only, but everyone who stayed here first, and then everyone's come to help a lot. I have experience when Palmeiras was without winning the league for 20 years. Here is quite the same. That's why I've come. I'm not saying we will win the league because nothing is decided yet, but we are there fighting until the end. Now, let me first talk about the title. After 20 years, when Palmeiras had not won the title, Jesus joined them and he gave them that victory. And that's where Man City got him from. I think it was it 2017, and they brought him to Arsenal. By the time they brought him to Arsenal, he was he was 19, 20 years. That's when they bought him to Man City. Then Arsenal signed him in the year of 2022. After spending 5 years at City, Jesus joined Arsenal. But talking of the 20 years that Palmeiras had spent without winning the trophy, they are almost the same years that Arsenal have spent without winning the trophy. Arsenal last won the trophy in 2004. That was the Invincible, when they really completed the entire season unbeaten. That's when Arsenal really won that trophy. Now, Jesus is coming to Arsenal in the same time when Arsenal is almost nearing clocking 20 years without winning a trophy. And this is what it might be his calling, that every time he goes to a club that has taken close to 20 years without winning a trophy, they win it. And I think it is something that is spiritual, according to me. If you don't understand the spiritual realm, then you won't understand this. But it might be spiritual, and it might be one of those moments that you can add onto the many that you guys are really having, and think on how this is going to happen. Because as it stands, Arsenal bought in Jesus. As Jesus has told you that the team had a plan. They had a plan in there for you, and he's praising everyone who stayed and everyone who came in to really give Arsenal another sort of positivity to get everything happening at the club of Arsenal. But my main point is all about the 20 years title curse at Arsenal, the 20 years title drought at Arsenal. Jesus looks like he is going to end this spell. The spell of 2 decades of us not winning the trophy is going to be ended. Do you know why? I just see it happening. At the age of 17, when he was at Palmeiras, he ended it. Now he's 26 years of age. That is Gabriel Jesus. And why can't he end it again? Because he's more mature. He's more of a threat. He has the experience. He's that kind of player that you would love to be having in your team to really win a trophy. And I think his mentality off the pitch is good, but him returning is the best, because those things that cannot be done by those players he's telling to do, he just goes out and really does them by himself. And obviously he's leading by example. So I'm just relating to this story to the 20 years Arsenal spent without winning the trophy, and those that Palmeiras had spent without winning the trophy. And Jesus is here revealing to us that it happened after 20 years and he joined Palmeiras, meaning that if that is a curse, Jesus is here to break the curse. He's here to break the curse of not winning the trophy after 20 fucking years. Now, Jesus on Arteta, he was talking to BBC, said, "I was going through a bad period of not scoring goals, and he showed me some clips of my goals, of my chances in that time. That helped me a lot. He's this type of manager, looking after everyone, not just players, but everyone at the club." Meaning that Arteta got Jesus back to what we call scoring ways. And Arteta is trying to do this to really help the player. A player can only understand his mistake through video evidence that has been given to him, that you are running like this, and that's why you missed this ball. Your decision making in front of goal needs to be better. Sometimes you very much think about feeding in your other players, but it's high time you started going in for selfish reasons that sometimes become selfish. And I think ever since he has returned, he has gone ahead to score 3. Remember, by the time Jesus got an injury, he had only scored 5 goals, but right now he has scored 3, meaning that advice that Arteta gave him worked well for him very, very well. And it comes to my understanding that even Louis van Gaal did that to Anton Martial, because Martial came out and revealed to us that Van Gaal was the only manager who really sat him down and told him you're supposed to be doing like this. He used to show him videos that in this moment you're supposed to do ABCD. In this moment you are supposed to be doing ABCD, and that's how he became ice cold. You get? Now, for the club of Arsenal, if Arteta is doing that, then it's something great, because Jesus has gotten more sharp in front of goal than he has ever been at Arsenal. I think scoring a penalty against Leeds and scoring that goal that credits for him, as it was a third goal against Leeds and then one against Liverpool. It just shows you that even when they are playing West Ham, he's really into that queue of really coming in through and really score a goal for a side which goes by names of Arsenal. So let's wait and see how that Arteta sharpening on Jesus is going to reflect in the game of West Ham, and that game is going to be happening tomorrow at the London Stadium. Now, Arteta has gone ahead and revealed the following about Ramsdale's form. He has said he's been really good and probably against the odds, because when you look at his past and where he's coming from, after being relegated twice, it was difficult to imagine it, but we saw that he had the character, charisma and personality to play for our club. He had the potential and the qualities to fit into our way of playing, and when you see the development that he's had in the last 2 seasons, I think it's exceptional. So, for Mikel Arteta, coming out and really hailing Ramsdale, he's the first person who deserves to be hailed. The decision Mikel Arteta took, to take or to dump Emiliano Martinez, who had had a very wonderful season at Arsenal after Bernard Leno got an injury, then dumping Bernard Leno, who had been a first-choice goalkeeper for Arsenal for some years, and no one was even complaining about his levels of playing, was really miraculous. People were surprised about the decision that he took, you know that very well, of bringing Aaron Ramsdale. But obviously, Aaron Ramsdale has gone ahead to really pay the dividends. He's making Arteta proud. Arteta is not regretful for signing Aaron Ramsdale, like Alex Ferguson at Manchester United. He signed in goalkeepers like Fabian Barthez, costed him lots of goals. Then he brought in Tim Howard, another calamity, until he brought in Edwin van der Sar, who stabilized that goalkeeping department. And after van der Sar left, then David De Gea came in through and did the needful, and so United really be one of the best teams in the world with David De Gea in front of goal. And David De Gea has been one of the best goalkeepers in the world. So for Mikel Arteta, he's not grateful of the signing of Aaron Ramsdale, 24 million pounds plus 6 million pounds of add-ons, 30 million pounds for a player known as sorry about that, Ramsdale Aaron. It's really great because he got him on a cheap. And he's really putting in dividends at Arsenal. He wins them the game of Liverpool. To me, I can take that 1 point as a win. Do you know why? Arsenal had to lose that game, but Ramsdale kept them in the game. Darwin Núñez save, Mohamed Salah, and that of Konate off the line. It was really astronomical for Arsenal. Unbelievable to see to it that he pulled out such a save that left most of us in wonder of how he really made it. That is Aaron Ramsdale. So Arteta is that kind of manager who needs to be hailed for everything that Ramsdale is doing. Arteta has to be hailed because in a situation where no one trusted or believed in Aaron Ramsdale, Arteta went and got him from a Sheffield team that had been relegated twice, and then Aaron Ramsdale is here at Arsenal to an extent that Arsenal are really going to appreciate him by really rewarding him a new contract and increasing his salary. So I think the only regrettable signing that Arteta made is of Willian. That's it. But I think it was not all that regrettable because he came in as a free agent with one season of earning £300,000 a week, close to £13 million a year. He left, and on mutual terms, the contract was terminated because he was not living up to the expectations of Mikel Arteta. Now, Pep Guardiola has gone ahead and really spoken a little bit about Haaland today. Remember, Haaland today has gone ahead to score 2 goals. He's now having, 47? He's now having 30 league goals. Haaland is having 30 league goals, and I think he's having a total of 47 goals scored this season at Man City, and is tearing it up like no other. With the brace against Leicester City, he puts himself at 32 goals in the Premier League with 5 assists. In the Champions League, Haaland has gone ahead to score 11 goals. Then in the EFL Cup, he has gone ahead to score 1. I think he has some 2. He has time 2 or 3 in the FA Cup, meaning that his tally is at 47 goals. Now, Pep Guardiola has told us that I want Haaland to break all records possible. That means scores. That means he scores all the goals and helps us. But I think he wants to win the titles. Excellent, as always. These goals that Haaland is scoring are really going to be useful if at all Man City happen to win the trophy of the Premier League, Champions League, and so on and so forth. But if at all City come out trophyless this season, then his goals will be of no importance. And this is in the hands of Arsenal. If Arsenal keep winning their games, they win 7 and draw 1, they win the league. If Arsenal can win 6 games, draw against Man City and draw against another team, they win the trophy too, because they'll be 1 point ahead of City. So the trophy of the Premier League is in the hands of Arsenal, either to give it to Man City or not. So Arsenal has the mantle to make the goals of Man City count, to make the goals of Haaland count or not. For the Champions League, I think it's in the hands of either Madrid. I think it's Madrid. There is Inter Milan, there is Napoli. It's in their hands, because I think Bayern are going to go away. Man City are going to go at Bayern and really cause them trouble again, because Bayern looks like it's settled, but never roll out any game of football. And the fate of them winning the FA Cup lies in the hands of Manchester United. If Manchester United can knock out Brighton, then they face Man City in the finale, because Man City has to go past Sheffield, of which it's like a 60/40 chances for Man City to go through. So Haaland's goals might not count or be meaningful to Man City if at all they don't lift any trophy. So I think, however much he's scoring very many goals, trophies are the most important at all. So thank you guys for watching it through. Your reactions to Jesus to end Arsenal's trophy drought hope has been revealed by Jesus, because he did it way back in he did it way back at Palmeiras. Then Aaron Ramsdale and how Mikel Arteta is really throwing lots of commendations to the player. And what do you think about Haaland's goals that's going to hit to score in the league? 32 in the league. Then he's having a total of 47 goals this season. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye-bye.